Why lemon for a faulty or defective item? Related questions. What does lemon on mean in this context? What is the origin of the phrase, when life gives you lemons, make lemonade? In the above questions, lemon is used to mean a faulty or defective item. A typical use might be to describe a second-hand car that, once bought, turns out to have serious faults, as a lemon. Why is the delicious fruit associated with faulty goods? Etym says, perhaps via criminal slang sense of a person who is a loser, a simpleton, which is perhaps from the notion of someone a sharper can suck the juice out of. A pool hall hustle was called a lemon game, 1908. While to hand someone a lemon was British slang, 1906, if to pass off a substandard article as a good one. Or it simply may be a metaphor for something which leaves a bad taste in one's mouth. But none of these rings true for me, and words like maybe and perhaps show a lack of confidence. Can anyone shed more light?
The earliest figurative use of the word, in 1863, was, in the OED's words, as a person with a tart or snappy disposition. More usually, slang, a simpleton, a loser, a person easily deluded or taken advantage of. The OED's earliest citation showing it used as something which is bad or undesirable or which fails to meet one's expectations is dated 1909, and in this use it is of US origin. There is also a citation dated 3 years earlier showing its use in the expression, to hand someone a lemon, meaning to pass off a substandard article as good, to swindle a person, to do someone down. I suppose it's not too unlikely a progression from being used to describe a person who is in some way unsatisfactory to being used to describe a thing that is in some way unsatisfactory.
Lemon is the prototype of a sour fruit in the USA. The facial grimace associated with an unexpected strong sour taste is also associated with strong negative emotion, like grief or sorrow. After she told him, he looked like he was sucking on a lemon. So, metaphorically, lemon gets to be the mythological symbol of bad fortune, at least in the USA.
Evan Morris over at The Word Detective, answering a similar query, has some helpful musings. He argues that despite all the good lemons have done, they've suffered from an image problem since the dawn of their cultivation, due primarily to their stinging acidity and tough skins. He continues, the word lemon comes to us from the Old French limon, which was derived from Arabic roots and served as a generic term for citrus fruit in general, which explains how the same root could also give us lime. The use of lemon to mean disappointing result, or something unwanted is very old, reflecting the fact that, while useful in cooking, a lemon standing alone is just a lump of sourness with a tough skin to boot. In Shakespeare's play Love's Labour's Lost, 1598, for instance, one character proclaims, the armipotent Mars of Lances the Almighty gave Hector a gift, to which another puckishly suggests, a lemon. And clearly drawing from some of the OED citations mentioned by Barry, he concludes, in the mid-19th century, lemon was used as a colloquial term for a person of a tart disposition, as well as more significantly for our purposes, slang for a sucker or loser, a dim person easily taken advantage of. It has been suggested that this latter use stems from the idea that it is easy to suck or squeeze the juice out of such a person. I don't know why it is. Rich men's sons are always the worst lemons in creation. P.D. Wodehouse, 1931. By 1909, lemon was also firmly established in American slang as a term for something worthless, especially a broken or useless item fobbed off on an unsuspecting customer. It's likely that the current use of lemon to mean something that doesn't live up to its billing, or a disappointing purchase, comes from a combination of lemon in the sucker sense, the buyer got taken, and the much older sense of lemon meaning something undesirable. Also of note, I found occasional use of the phrase, at least as early as 1918, to give someone a lemon and pass it off as a nugget of gold. If this was the original saying, later shortened to handing someone a lemon, then the implication of trickery is confirmed and the metaphorical use of lemon further explained.
I note the reference to Shakespeare's Love's Labour's Lost, originally flagged by Evan Morris over at The Word Detective and referenced by Callithumpian here. We are given to understand that Hector is given a gift, which is then described disparagingly as a lemon. I think Morris is onto something, but it's more subtle than just a matter of sourness as suggested above. Take the full exchange from Love's Labour's Lost, according to Pauline Kinnan in her Filthy Shakespeare, a play notorious for its wordplay. *. The omnipotent Mars, of lances the mighty, gave Hector a gift. Dumb. A gift nutmeg. Byron. A lemon. Long. Stuck with cloves. Dumb. No cloven. Asterisk. Nutmegs in Shakespeare's time were astronomically high-value items, and given as gifts. Sometimes this is written as a gilt nutmeg. This doesn't change the essential context of Lord Dumaine's remark, he's referring to a high-value item. Byron counters by suggesting that the gift is not a nutmeg, but a lemon. Shakespeare at this point is, I'd argue, not using lemon as a metaphor for a sour surprise, but rather as a cheaper substitute for the nutmeg. A lemon stuck with cloves, the sharp cloves stabbed it into the lemon skin, was a common New Year's gift, something that smelled pleasant and was said to ward off disease. It may also be a reference to the fruit of the nutmeg, which is not unlike a lemon. The rejoinder from Lord Dumaine, no, clovener might be a coded reference to the tendency of the nutmeg fruit to split and reveal a bright red interior, a visual metaphor that I'll leave alone. I am inclined to the view that Shakespeare's relatively obscure reference has worked its influence on the English usage of the term lemon as a poorer substitute for the real thing, and that this usage has been reinforced over time by the association with the inherent sourness and bad taste of lemons.
If you want to support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing.